Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and it's Thursday, and you'll notice Time Wizard's not here. He's taking a well-deserved break this week, and instead we got Card of Sanctity. Card of Sanctity means loot report. So this has been it's been a couple months since we've done one of these, but it's been a little while since we've actually gone to any of our LGSs, and I got a small box of loot that I want to show off to you guys. So we got some stuff. Did some very vigorous trading, and kind of excited to show you guys some of this stuff. So first, let's do all the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, right? Because that's kind of why most of you are here. So things we got. I got a still wrapped Monster Reborn from the Lost Art collection, which in and of itself is pretty sick. And you'll notice it's got the Ankh on there instead of being like all goofy with the very ornate ones that we had here in America. So that's cool. I also managed to pick up a full playset of the Black-Winged Armwing. And I think you will notice just real quick, instead of looking like some sort of futuristic sci-fi gun, this now looks like a pump action 12 gauge with bayonet underneath it. So kind of cool. Again, not 100% sure why in like the 2000s, the 2000s, why we couldn't have something like that, but it is what it is. So we've got these. Again, I may start sending stuff out to get graded. Those are suspect. I might. We will check back on that. There was some stuff out of the newest set, and I wanted it for building decks. So we got like the Wise King Solomon, Masterpiece for the Dracos. Got a K9. I'm still not giving up on that, even though like the decks are expensive. Sky King Zeus Ragnarok, Rose Garden, Rose Witch, Regenesis, Chunbar, the Flashy Sports Knight, Doom Z. I mean, I just picked up like a lot of stuff. I saw there was a new Spirit out. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sort of go through these. You guys let me know if anything in here is like actually good. Should I go and actually buy a box now, or did I get enough to where I should just be buying singles? Serious question. I need to know. We got another Magistus, which is cool. I think that's more than a play set. So I mean, I guess sometimes I just trade and I forget what I've done. I think this is the first time we got double fusion, but like this was like a GX era thing from the show. Pay 500 fusion, summon a fusion monster from your extra deck using cards from hand and field. Then you could fusion, summon one more fusion monster from the deck using cards from the hand and field. So instead of needing like 2 copies of polymerization to be like, I'm going to put together Flame Wingman and then add this Spark Man so I can go into Shining Flare Wingman. Like, it was all together. Like, this is kind of cool. Like, I don't mind it. Certain decks can abuse this, which is great. I mean, I loved seeing it. They got some new megaliths, so we'll probably do some stuff with the megaliths. Again, I'll probably need to pick up a couple more of the Notre Pleura. Again, a lot of this was I was just trading real quick to pick up a bunch of stuff so I could start making some more decks. Never really built a Goki deck, even though I've collected nearly every Goki card. So to me, like, this is crazy, but like this was a good pile, and I feel like it's most of the set. We got some random stuff here. We get Kaiba Man the Legend. I picked it up. I don't actually think I need it, so I'm not sure what's going on. Why I traded for that. Just what it is. Picked up some Argo Stars because I love the Argo Stars. So we'll probably do like an update on that. We got the new Primite Nether Berzelius. I'll get better at pronouncing this later. Primite Fusions, Monarch Revolt. I saw Vanquish Soul, so I grabbed some of those. The Thunder Swamp looked like it was going to be kind of a fun card. Had to pick this dude up, okay? Hear me out. It's a hamster luchador superhero thing. If you're not trading for this card, what are you doing? Like, I don't even know. We got this thing because it just looked like a really cute little beast thing, and I love the little masks. So that's fun. And then it had its own link, which was fine. So I did all that. Spent a long day down there in the card shop too. And amongst the stuff, guys, can we talk about this? These aren't the new prints. These are the original Shonen Jumps, and these things are darn near immaculate. Just some slight curvature, but like foil cards are prone to this, which is another reason why I love commons so much. Um, I'm gonna throw these in some. You know what? I'm gonna throw these in sleeves right now. I'm gonna do this with y'all here so that you know I did it. But I always wanted to play these like as a deck, and whisper, whisper, whisper. Maybe my next Genesis deck is actually going to be utilizing Victory Dragon because, you know, it is the only card that I could see that they didn't put on their points list. That this again should have been at 100 points. This card should have been at 100 points. Dragons are very easy to play anymore. When this card came out, dragons were kind of hit and miss, and one of the big things that we had going for us was we had this trap card called D-Tribe, which just immediately turned all your cards into dragons. It was just a quick, not a quick play, a normal play trap card. And we still had DNA surgeries. So we still have all of those cards, and we actually just have tons of dragons in tons of different decks that will allow us to play rapidly. This guy does take 3 tributes, but if he's the one who attacks directly and reduces our opponent to 0, we win the match. Okay, I need you to read that again. We win the match. Okay, so game 1 is game done. Now, again, Konami, put this on your Genesis points. This is a 100-point card. Stop pretending it's not. Okay, but until then, I'm going to build the deck. Okay, I'm going to build the deck, and I'm going to enjoy it. And then later on, I actually got 3 more of these. I'm going to put them in orange sleeves, and when that deck is finally through in the time periods, I'll build what it was back in its heyday. But this is probably my next Genesis format build, so please don't steal it from me, or do, because that's kind of what this is all about, is me helping you guys build stuff. Now, I know the rest of this is kind of hit or miss because like some of you don't like Magic, but I need you to understand that like if you play more than one card game, you get better at all of them. And one game I will say has priority is Magic the Gathering. And not only do they have priority, they have a literal law book of their rules. So like I could never be anything more than a casual player there. But this is a great game. It is the godfather of all games. It's going to have all the crossovers. We get Avatar here soon. They've already announced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And that's not even like a hidden layer. That's just like a Universes Beyond thing. Like, there's going to be a 5-color commander with all the turtles in it, and I'm buying it. But I like to do the Magic Monday, and some of these cards are going to be moving forward part of what we're doing. I ended up finding a 5th copy of Dust to Dust, which is crazy because this is like a $5 card in this condition. Like this is from '94. It's kind of faded a little bit, and it's still a $5, $6 card. It's great in Pauper because again it's common. It's great in Commander because again it's not banned there, and it's just a very sick effect for very very little input. I had to pick up this old Pacifism because it had Karn on there, drawn the way that they used to draw him. I thought that was cool. This actually, I don't know why I got it. It's just a Flash Cat. We got Renata, Called to the Hunt. And again, like I love like the constellation portion of the artwork. I think this is probably going to be an okay commander. Each other creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional 1 counter on it. Green tends to do this. There's tons of green doublers out there. This could be a good in the 99. This could be good as a commander. It's either way. We got the lease. I get this idea because of the Final Fantasy set. This is going to help with same thing with Naomi here. We've got Lisa or Laisa, the Forgotten Archangel, Arvad the Cursed, Adriana, Captain of the Guard. Now, I think people do crazy things with her. But I also just like the fact that it is like, look, it's got this thing called melee. Whenever this thing attacks, it gets 1/1 for each opponent you attacked with creatures. Again, when you're talking about Commander, you generally play in pods of 4. So if I attack everybody on the table, then that's 3/3 bonus to everything. And everything becomes like a big fight club. So this could be funny. There's a deck I'm building just to mess with one of my friends. It's just to mill him out. So I needed persistent petitioners. And again, I don't tend to find these very often. But I love cards that have this. They break the rule. They say this deck or any deck can have any number of cards of this. Again, it's common. I could play this thing in Pauper. I could play multiple in Commander, even though there's a rule of 1 because it's a singleton format. And it's funny because, like, if you have 4 of them, your opponent loses the top 12 cards of their deck when you tap them. Or you could tap them and they each lose 1 card. It's whatever. Confiscate is actually, like, a very cool card. This is an old one. I think this one might be on their We Won't Print It Again list. Not sure. I just like it. War Tax, excellent card. Course of the Conclave, decent card. Herd Baloth. I wanted to do something with beasts, so that was a big beastie. So this Whip Tongue Hydra. I love Hydras. Again, I love green magic, which is saying I guess I like things that are big and stompy, which is fair. But I've always liked them. Plus, this thing's like 4 chameleon heads, 5 chameleon heads. How do you hate that? I love that. Get another cat. Got it because of cat. Silk Guard's not bad. We got the Frog Hemoth. As somebody who plays Dungeons and Dragons, I've used the Frog Hemoth on a couple of my adventuring parties before, and they've always loved it. This is just a really cool thing to have. Karametra, good card. Possible commander later. Trilarsa, the Moon Dancer. Better in the 99 in my opinion. Murasa, Root Grazer. We got Torrens, Fist of the Angels. Again, I get this green-white. It's basically just I keep upgrading the precon. Forget who the card was. It's a green-white elf from... I don't know. She's probably from... It's for the starter commanders. You guys can look it up. But anytime she taps out, you get a creature token or something. And then there's a bunch of ways to get her to tap in the deck. And then this would just get me more creatures, which is fun. Kutzil, Malamute Exemplar. I love this art, first off, which was a big reason why I traded for it. And then I read it, and so I was like, oh, you're probably a commander at some point. The Strixhaven Snakeskin Veil, because sometimes you just got to fashion out your deck. Arcus Acolyte, not bad. Sigarda's Summons. I think if you haven't read this one's kind of crazy. Creatures you control with 1/1 counters on them change to having a base power and toughness of 4/4 with flying and become angels in addition to their other types. If you were to play a deck in white, and I think it was a couple of weeks ago I did this, I said, what do I think are good entry level commanders to understand? And I still have them sitting here on the table, so let me just grab him. Machias the Lunarch actually enters play with an amount of 1/1 counters and can take them off of himself to then give everybody a 1/1 counter, which means everybody on your side of the field, regardless of their stats. Remember, his base stat is this 0/0. He's now a 4/4 flyer plus the XX, where the X is the 1/1 counters now. And everybody else is also going to shift. So all those 1/1 tokens that I had in play are actually 4/4 flyers that are angels, plus the 1/1 counter that's on them to begin with. So everything basically starts as 5, the way that this enchantment works. So again, kind of an awesome card. And it's another one of those ways where, like, I'm telling you, like, you could play this card and you could build a deck around this card. And it's a matter of finding, like, these little spicy little techie cards that are really going to let you do and grow and be more. So this was one day at a card shop. I had an excellent day. But you know what? I've been buying packs and stuff. Celestial's been cracking packs for couple months now. Hadn't been to any of the locals, and so I was bound to do a lot of trading. And some of my friends there, they knew that I was getting into the Magic, and I was starting to do Magic stuff on the channel. They'd seen me more and more going to play Commander Pod Nights. So again, they kind of met me there. Otherwise, I might not have had as much to show you guys, but like this is what I got. So I think this is pretty cool. If you think it's cool, throw a like on the video. If you don't, throw me a dislike. Okay? Do the things, don't do the things. I don't care today. Today was just me showing off some cool luck I had and asking whether or not, should I just buy singles out of that new stuff, since I basically have all the Doom of Dimension stuff as it sits. And do you like it? You guys have an excellent day. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself, especially to yourself. I got a new phrase I've been telling all my friends. I say, you don't need to be negative about yourself anymore. Okay, there's too many people out there in this world willing to do it for you for free. So don't waste your time on it. Don't spend any time on it. Okay, be kind to yourselves. I want you guys to have an excellent day. Again, Friday Night Fight still up in the air this week. We might skip to next week. So just take the day off, and then Saturday and Sunday, I want you guys to come back. I want you guys to enjoy some Speed Duel deck profiles, and we'll keep it moving from there. Okay, you guys have an excellent day. Later.